Yo, I guess it's around that time again. I don't know how long has it been since I actually posted one of these, but yeah, just updates on my life, just stuff to talk about. And right now I'm just vibing right here in the middle of a park that I've never been to, but I imagine it's beautiful during the day. I decided to explore like the area where my workplace is at because it's like, while yeah, my job is here, but it's like a giant island that it's on. Um, and I decided to drive around past like the usual exit that all the employees take. And yeah, just I'm just out here just vibing on my own, scrolling a little bit, but also just now I just posted, some, or maybe by the time this video goes up, maybe a few days ago or hours ago or weeks ago. I don't fucking know when this video is gonna go up. But I just posted some stuff. Yeah, right now I'm just living my life, really. Things been developing a little bit. I'm trying to make the better of myself, and I am gonna go to college this year. I'm not gonna hold back on it like I've been doing, and I've received a lot of insight from people very close to me, or not really close, but they're getting there. I have some solid friends that are trying to stick their necks out for me and giving me advice on what I should and what I should and shouldn't do. And I'm taking all the advice that I can to heart because going to college nowadays is like a major investment, right? Like I need to be essentially locked in, at all times, and trying to always make sure that when I do go to college, like I have to really, really be careful on what I choose to invest in because I think of it as a barrier of entry that once I pass that barrier to entry, there's no going back unless I want to really just make my future just miserable. I'm 23 now, and I feel it is definitely something that I have to really take into consideration going forward. I say I want to become an engineer, but their friends are saying, "Hey, you should become a nurse since you have like the attitude and you have the attitude, the work ethic to be a nurse." And I'm surrounded by nurses all day, so I've taken that to consideration and seeing where I can go with that. I feel I could probably maybe do something about it, but I don't know. But it's definitely up in the air, and yeah. But at the same, but on the other side of the coin, right? Why I want to become an engineer is because I have an aptitude for math, right? While I don't like doing it, like in the moment, if it's an inconvenience to me, just the fact alone, me doing math, I mean, I'm good. I'm pretty decent at it, So I do act very very retarded when it comes to mathematics, but in the end of it all, like I know how to do it, and my ability to learn things relatively quickly when it comes to knowledge is also a very good trait of mine that I like, which is why I want to pursue something that is a bit more, you have to ingest a lot of info to be able to actually do something about it, to do something with it. So, yeah. Um, I just, that's pretty much like the education part of my life. And now, gym stuff. I've been going infrequently every now and then, but I'm trying to always maintain where I'm at right now. Actually, after maybe I record this video, I'm just gonna wrap up and go to bed, or not go to bed, go to the gym a little bit, do like some nighttime workouts, make sure I burn whatever energy I got left, which I might do. In all fairness, it's probably gonna be a little fun. Put my headphones on, bust through all the energy I got. Um, Yeah, I'm 186, 186. Yeah, something around there, 186.5, something like that. We still making progress. Now I'm building more muscle now, so that's very important. And yeah, as for entertainment, shit, I caught up to my Trails series, my Trails at Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. I caught up to that series, and I'm very happy about it. I really am. It's It's the best series I've ever played, hands down, with bias, of course. Um, I have nothing to say about that series, man. Like, there's not that much I didn't say already. I mean, I post a lot of it on Instagram. You know, when I'm like having a hype moment and all that stuff. I'm a big old nerd, man. But I tend to embrace it. So, you know, I will never forget the day that one of my friend used to be a really good friend of mine back then. Before they went offline forever, or at least like cut me out of their group, or because their intention was to keep their close friends, which is kind of why I do now, ironically. Um, I'll never forget. You know, she recommended the Trails series, and I remember a year. I played it at first one time on stream when I was when I was terminally online on Discord. I remember on stream, she and her friends saying, I suck ass, man. I suck ass at these turn-based games. I have to go on the grid and shit, and that I sucked ass." And it was fun. But then after that night we streamed, I didn't touch the game again. That was my biggest regret, because a year later when I was bored and I picked up the Trails in the Sky first chapter, like the original, not the remake that came out recently, which I am thinking to buy, by the way. I literally fell obsessed with the series, and I'm caught up. I'm caught up to all 13 games. Now there's 14 given the remake of the first chapter, which has something to do with the timeline. And Trails in the Sky second chapter remake is coming out literally in September. So, man, I I literally can't say much without just being a fucking geek about it. But yeah, thanks to that one friend that hooks me onto the series. I am a dedicated Trails fan. I don't look. I love the games with a passion, man. I really do. With that in mind, I just, I can't believe I made it this far, man. I'm fucking 23 now. You know, probably if I upload this on YouTube, which I might, I don't know, it's gonna be a huge change compared to the shit that I used to post. Because literally, I used to edit, right? So you might see a few edits just of me just fucking brain rot explosion and brain rot humor, which I still enjoy every now and then, but just things that that I just used to enjoy, and now I'm just a fucking adult. Which I'm living my life, man. I'm trying to expand my circle, trying to socialize a bit more. And yeah, I mean, that's been a big struggle of mine growing up, just trying to maintain a social circle that I'm proud of, given that I've been improving myself a lot, playing games, sticking to my single player games. I'm trying to expose myself to less and less toxicity online playing multiplayer games. If I do play them, just play them like a very casually, nothing to get mad about. Of course, every now and then, if let's say I were to download like Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA Online, of course, a few frustrations, but nothing like saying slurs online to people aggressively, or like antagonize. I'm such a shit. Man, look, I can't speak, man. I feel my vocabulary is just dying. But yeah, I guess that really wraps up. Other than that, I'm living, and yeah, wherever this goes, I might just post it on YouTube. I mean, shit. What else is there to say? Um, to like the maybe 20 people that followed my YouTube channel, I don't fucking know. Like, I have like 20 subscribers, I don't fucking know. I think it's just people from me growing up, like, because I post a lot of unhidden shit. There's one forbidden video that people know about. Yeah. Well, that in mind, I'm just gonna head out. I'm probably just gonna start, probably gonna hit the gym. Take care, okay? Have a good night, guys.